Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Sunday morning? And where is my telephone? It's going to be going off now. I don't know where it is. There it is. Oh, wow. Thank you, Derek. By the way, good morning, sirs. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Mr. John Tago Mori. Morning, Mr. William. Morning, Mr. Sever7. Hope you're doing well this morning, gentlemen. We are just going to have a laid-back Sunday morning talking about knives. I'm going to say knives. That sounds really country, so I drew it out. Said knives. Anyway, sure there's no doubt in y'all's mind what knife I had in my pocket last night. That was this one. So I've pretty much laid claim to it. And you want to see it next to a REK reblade? Well, there you go. It's a knife that feels bigger than it is. That's for sure. It feels like a giant knife, but yet one of the most comfortable knives ever. So I had that in the old front pocket. And in the back pocket, I had my little Doc Schiffer Recon. This thing has convinced me that I can build a folder knife. This has the most simple construction of any nicer knife that I own. So simple. I mean, look at the pivot. The pivot is just a regular, nothing special. Just a screw. And there's no frills to this thing. It's just the bare minimum of what you need to make a folding knife. So yeah, I did go ahead and order, put it over here. I did go ahead and order a 48-inch length of Pop's Pro Cut that I should be able to make 4 or 5 knives out of. Actually, more than that. What am I saying? 6. I should be able to make 6 knives, 6 or 7. Morning, TC. Morning, Waylon. But yeah, I bought a 48-inch, inch and a half by 1/8. So I'm going to start making some of those other fixed blades. I figured if I had my, if we had it set up to heat treat for Pop's Pro Cut, then why not do a few knives? And I liked a few of these designs, and I found all the stencils laying over here to the side that I still haven't moved since the day we voted. And I still want to make a few of them. Like, I would really like to make that one. And I think I like that Tonto. And I really like that one. And let's see. I think there was one other one I liked. And I liked that one. The scales on this one are gray now. It pulled all the green out. Wow, that's pretty wild. Y'all want to see the difference this green screen makes? Check this out. That's what color it really is. But when I pull out all the green, it goes to that. Pretty wild. So that definitely has a lot of green in it. Yeah, I didn't think about this being like a hint of green. But yeah, I really like those these other ones. Those four. And those will all fit on the same piece of steel. They're all the same size as that one. So that'll be cool. But this one makes me want to make a folding one, so now I gotta source some titanium. And the detent on this thing is brutal. But the snap it makes is great. Alrighty. What are we gonna talk about today? What do y'all got going on in your lives? John, I'm surprised you didn't get the Damasteel and Zerkatai version. That would be that'd be pretty sick to have. What do y'all all think of the Vosteed Parallel? Y'all like the Parallel? We'll make y'all dizzy this morning. The Parallel's not your style? Yeah, they're making a Tonto version. That's why I asked. What else is going on? Oh, you can get a Bel Air for 115 bucks. Any of you like the Bel Air? Yeah, it is pretty small. So I made a super cool post last night about all my integrals. I got them all lined up there. There's just something about, man, the cleanness of knives with no hardware. I mean, very minimal hardware, no body screws, no multiple pieces joined together. Nice milling. So I did a shot with all of them in there. I'm up to 22 now. Hello, Sean. You had a question yesterday. Glad you came back. I was hoping you would come back so we could answer your question. Ask away. Unless it's something silly about a Yojimbo. As long as you don't talk about a Yojimbo or a Yojumbo. I like it. I like a lot of quiet carry knives. You just gave us something to talk about. So, let's go to quiet carry. I can't spell this morning, nor do I care. Waypoint, have they released the LC version yet? I didn't think they had actually released it yet, but it's coming out, right? Maybe it's already dropped. I like the Waypoint simply because it's one of the models they make a plain version of. I usually get the SWSA or SWSW. But the LC should be nice. Yeah, it'll be thicker, Sean. They are thicker, quite a bit thicker. But I thought the Drift series, see, I bought the Drift, whoops, and then I bought the Drift L, and neither one of them were big enough for me. I've got big hands though. So I ended up, good morning, Ground Fog, sorry. So I ended up getting the Drift LCT, and it is a thick boy. You can tell right there at the end. So if it's anywhere close to the LCT, it's going to be a thick boy. Let me give you a measurement on that. So, at the widest point back here, it's probably the same width all the way down, but it's only 0.539 or 0.54. So just to give you an example, and that's the LCT, so I don't know, it might be thicker or thinner, but this Evo is 0.553. So this Evo is thicker, but not much thicker. So they're pretty close. They're only 0.05 off. But it is kind of thick. The shadow. That's weird. Yeah, we're going with the green screen today just because I'm bored and want to be laid back today. Yeah, 0.6 is thicker than both of these. Good morning, Robin. Point 0.6 is super thick. I mean, you're talking to a guy who loves big, beefy, oversized knives, so I'm not the best person to ask. If you've got medium or small hands, I would say don't get it. But if you find yourself liking thicker knives, I'd say get it. Let's see how thick the Kamano is. 0.543. So the Kamano is about the same as the LCT. Man, talk about comfortable knives, Robin. Like, there's something about this one. The way they space the curves, all four of these are perfect. Perfect for larger hands. My grip right there, it's one of the most comfortable grips of any knives I've. It probably is the most comfortable grip. The other one I got to handle, the other Evo, did not feel this good. So I'm glad I've got to spend some time with it. But now I can see why, like the Rosie has those nice curves too and feels really good in the hand. This feels better. And then when you move up, all the other fingers fall right in place on those curves too. Yeah, you can't front flip them. I just tried on my unboxing video, and I'm pretty good at front flipping things that aren't meant to be front flipped. See you later, TC. Have a good Sunday, sir. But yeah, man, it's super comfortable. Super comfortable. And that hollow grind gets down to 0.016. 0.016. So it literally starts out super thick up here at 0.205. 0.2 up here at the top, down to 0.16 behind the edge. Talking about slicey. But yeah, man, I'm loving it. Something else I wanted to show y'all. It'll probably be invisible. That's all right, though. Probably won't show up at all, but I'm telling you, this THCA flower is getting pretty ridiculous. This is from Black Tie, and they just sent this in the mail, you know. Net weight 7 grams. It's bubblegum OG, but it's THCA 28.7%. And man, the smell and look and everything, I mean, it's amazing. I'm just shocked that this comes through the mail to states where it's not legal. And it just lets me know nowadays that you can pretty much send anything anywhere. Because if this makes it right through in the mail, there's no inspector that could tell any difference between this and real cannabis. When I say real, I mean what has been outlawed forever. But yeah, just crazy. Just open up your mailbox and there you go. Yeah, Robin. It's as long as the Delta 9 THC is below 0.3. Yeah, as long as it's below 0.3, then it's not considered, you know, it's considered hemp flower. Pretty wild. I mean, pretty much all states. There's not too many left. The people have pretty much voiced their opinion on what they think about it. So I'm surprised that that green, it pulled all the green out of that too. Actually, do I have... Yeah, I didn't even turn off the green, so that looked terrible to y'all probably. Oh, it looked brown. But here's the actual color of it. It's like white, frosty. Crazy. Very therapeutic. It'll cure what ails you. All right. So yeah, what oh yeah, I got a notification that my Gambit series knife was on the way. Robin posted his. Yeah, it is. It smells crazy and is very tasty. Yeah, it's legal pretty much everywhere except Tennessee, where I'm at. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we've got to check out a knife today. I've got to pull out a Kaiser we got to look at, and it is a Kaiser that I believe I own. I'm not positive, but I think I do. And it has a very unique lock on it that I was unaware of. And it's got a lock that I have not seen on any other knife. So we're going to take a look at that Kaiser today. If I can remember what it looks like or where it is. One of the ones that I had, and I kind of wondered why I had it. Now I know why I had it. I was supposed to show it today, but I still can't find it. I'm carrying that today for sure. I just found one that I'm carrying today. That's cool. It's not the Pelican Mini. Here it is. I found it. I do have one. So, y'all want to see a different kind of lock that you might not have seen before? Let's look at a couple things here. I'm putting this in my pocket today because I totally forgot I bought it. And that's the little Drop Bear 2 Warncliffe Warney. I'm carrying that today. Another super comfortable knife for big hands. I'm glad I got this version. Put that off to the side here. Get these off to the side. Let's go in on the purple real quick. How about the purple? Good morning, Ed. Hope you're doing well, sir. All right, so we got the purple. And there's a couple of knives that didn't get shown yesterday when we were talking about fixed blades. And that is the Water Series. I said both of them were good, but I only showed one of them. This is the other one. And this is a super cool knife. Like if I worked around the sea or on a boat, or did a lot of fishing like I used to do, this would be a super awesome knife. This of course is a clone. It's actually I guess you would call it a counterfeit because it's got all the paperwork. But it feels really good, and who knows how quick this would rust around some real water. So you got to think of that. I like the little thumb thing it's got that kicks it out. Got a little latch. Super cool. That's a cool knife. And then the other one that I was talking about yesterday was the Station. And this thing is a laser beam. It is super sharp. It was one of the sharpest knives I'd ever gotten out of the box. At the point I got it, it still probably is. But super cool knife. Kitchen knife or camping knife. But it matches that Meat Crafter, same version. is what it is. All right, here's the Kaiser that has a weird lock. When y'all see it, y'all are going to be like, oh, I know all about that, probably. And I thought this was the 5th version of this knife, and that's why it was called the Coniferous V or 5. I thought it was the Coniferous 5. Well, and there's the designer, Justin Gingrich. It is not version 5. That is actually a V for the letter V. And so this one has a kind of cool special lock that I did not know about. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of you did. That doesn't surprise me if that's the case. I don't need to take the clip off. That's always good. This is a liner lock knife. Let's open it and look at it. It's a nested liner lock. Okay. It's got my card on one side, titanium on the other. So let's look at it before we disassemble it, at least. Good grief. What is up with that screw hole? Is it stripped? Uh-oh. Did I get one with a stripped screw? I think I did. Yep, it is stripped bad. Or maybe I'm using the wrong... Oh, I was using the wrong bit. Golly. Give me a break. It's early. Or late. One of the two. I always do that. I always cross them over. I set the one I'm using over top of the one I got laying here always. So here's the special thing about this lock. Ready? Check out the end of the blade. You should be able to already tell what's going on. So there's the V for Coniferous V. And the liner has a V in it. So how secure is that lock? In fact, I want to see it in place and see how good it locks up. So let's check that out. So this is where it lays. Let's see. Huh. It's not as tight as I would have imagined. In fact, it's kind of sloppy. It's actually really sloppy. But as far as being strong, definitely going to be strong. But why doesn't it meet up more perfectly? I mean, there's a huge gap. I don't know if y'all can see that. But there's a pretty big gap. So, it's a valid idea, but I don't know about the execution. Huh. But I didn't even know it had that in there. And I've had this knife for over a year. Maybe a year and a half. It was one of those Kaisers that you buy where it just feels good, so you don't do nothing to it. It's another reason why I love Kaisers. Pretty reliable knives. You can just pick one up, and it usually works pretty decently. All right, put a drop of oil on this side so it'll hold this washer in. Morning, Scott. How are you, sir? Yep, it was one of those cases where I just picked it up. It acted perfect. So I ran with it. But that V-lock is pretty cool. I wish it was tighter. I just put the screw in the lanyard hole. That's how good that flower is. Alright, well, as long as the part that interfaces with it when it's open is right up against it, I don't care. So it is that top V. Yeah, super slept on knife. Which reminds me, I might have like a 5-year-old discontinued Kaiser coming in that I'm kind of excited to show you guys. I'm definitely carrying this one today, because I bought it, did an unboxing, it sat out a day or two, and then it went into the case, and it is a user, so I mean, I should be using this until it has stuff all over, like marks all over it. All right, let me put this one back. Let's see what else we want to get into and talk about this morning. Let's see. I did say good morning to Mr. Ed, I'm pretty sure. Mr. Scott, that's about it. What are you talking about, a free library? Oh, like out at the corner of your street? That's super cool. Like one of those little ones, Scott, so you needed a floodlight for your garage so you could watch TV out there? Is that what you're saying? Check out Robin's post in the Discord of his beautiful knife. That one's been used like it should have been. Super cool backspacer. It looks like, that actually looks like that candy. Sever? Don't know. Which version did you get? Did you get the black? Hold on. If you got the one that I want, don't tell me yet. Let's see. I can't see the chat, so did you get the drop point in black with a silver blade? Oh. You got the all black one, huh? You know I can't do the black blade when I don't have to. Yeah, if it was silver, I would sever. I don't want to have to bead blast and sand any more blades, really. Last time I did it on a Kaiser blade, it didn't get it light enough yet, so now I'm gonna have to sand it off, hand sand it or something. I appreciate the offer though. I still want to try one of those Magpul knives too, with that MVN 35 blade steel. Yeah, yeah, I still want to try out that blade steel, see how it acts. I had something else in the. Let's see. Oh yeah, that candy. I didn't watch his video. Hold on. You can't hear it. But do y'all know what candy I'm talking about? It looks like that backspacer. It's that almost like a butterscotch. No, it's not really a butterscotch. Maybe it's peanut butter. I don't know. They're old school candies. But it looks like they're little, they're wrapped in plastic individually. And they're like heck, what flavor is that? Not butterscotch, but is it peanut butter? My mom used to eat them. I was little. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, come back. Yeah, are they peanut butter? I thought you were leaving, TC. Peanut butter bars. Thank you, TC. I guess they are peanut butter. I knew they weren't butterscotch. Old school candy. Yeah, there they are. Old time candy. That's funny. Yeah, your backspacer looked like that. Kinda. Or your backspacer looks like this. Like it looks a lot like it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, my mom used to eat them. I used to get another one she used to get all the time was this. Good old Rolos. Can't beat a good bar of Rolos. I love caramel or caramel. I say caramel, but a lot of people say caramel. But the Rolos, and I used to get good old Junior Mints. Can't beat the good old Junior Mint box. That was the movie theater snack of choice. Let's see what else we got. Oh, is that you trying to front flip it, Robin? Oh, wait, you don't have one, do you? Let's see what this is. Oh, what version is that? Is that got loose detent? Yeah, what version is that? There's no way in hell I can do mine. I don't know if they changed the geometry or something, but dang, skills. Melted Rolos on pretzels, like chocolate covered pretzels. See you later, Sean. Yeah, 0.6 is pretty thick, buddy. If you don't like thick knives, I probably wouldn't get it. Just get the old school waypoint. Just get the one they already got on, you know. I wanted to see what a few more of these things look like too, because I never use them. I'm curious what the clouds look like. I want to find ones that are perfect loops, where you can't tell that it's looping. But that is a good good view for a nice Sunday afternoon. What is going on? Can't see the clouds. That sounds like a whole snack for a business, TC. Like, you should set up a food truck selling that. This is how I feel today. Just laid back, relaxing, watching the clouds float on by. Curious what a few more of these look like too. Like, what is this? What is this one? What does this do? Is this moving? I guess it is moving. It's like a minute long. Yeah, it sounds like a big snack you put in a dish and melt it all in there in a casserole pan and scoop it out and serve it. What other knives y'all want to look at and talk about today? I dropped some frames at some point. Not sure when I did that. I apologize whenever I did. I can front flip a lot of knives, but I'm telling you, this detent super strong on this knife. Oh, I wanted to show y'all something else that I noticed in my unboxing video. If I can find my knife. What the heck? What did I do with it? How did it not go back right beside me or on the... Aha! A lot of people have talked about these knives, and I was shocked when I saw how close the unnamed blade shape was, except for the hole is giant, and they rounded out. They put a curve down here more, and they put a curve out instead of in right here. But they are really close. They could have done a few more grinds. And something else I didn't realize is that it's not any longer than a PM2. It just feels bigger than a PM2, but PM2 lengthwise is about exact. Well, that was weird to see. And it's almost the same size as the Shaman too. Handle's a little bigger and longer. Not much. Blade might be a little bigger and longer too. But the PM2 and it are neck and neck. It's got a little bit of blade on it, But anyway, I need y'all need to let me know a knife to talk about, or I'm gonna sit here and play with these media images. At least those two have been laid back. What about this water crashing around? Is that... Oh, now we're on the waterfall. Let me just put the knife on the waterfall here. Maybe I should face it the other way, like it's about to take the plunge. Get it where the water's in the blade hole. There we go. All right. So what are we going to talk about today? I think that's one of those ones that looks... We're about to see here in 2 seconds. It jumped a little bit. But it wasn't bad. Um... What, the fixie that I use for steaks? Yeah, I know, right? Ed, Sundays would be a great day for people to come on and show their collections. You want me to go grab my steak knife? Is that what you're asking, mister? Give me a second. I'll go grab the knife that I reach for whenever I want to cut a steak. Hold on. Well, now that makes me upset, but my steak knife of choice is not where it's supposed to be at the moment. But it is a Hinkle. It's a Hinkle steak knife. And then I've got a Ketuo one that's kind of bigger. But that one makes a mean steak knife, that Ketuo. And then I've got some of these. I got some of these Crofton. That one was in the back. I don't know. I've got a Hinkle. steak knife that I grab most of the time. But I've got this Crofton and my Cutco. This is like a medium-sized Cutco kitchen knife, but I don't know. It's a little big for steaks. That's why I usually grab my Hinkle. Really depends on what kind of steak I'm eating. Yeah, Cutcos are good knives. I showed you the scissors. We cut a penny in half on the stream, but the Cutco kitchen shears will cut a penny in half, no problem. And this is bowling ball material on the handles, ebonite or whatever it's called. I don't. Yeah, ebonite maybe. But it's the same material they make bowling balls out of. Yeah, Tommy. I've still got that half a penny floating around here somewhere. I'll have to dig it up. It's over here underneath some crap. But it'll cut a penny right in half. Crofton. Nothing special. Just a steak knife. Oh, Tommy, I have no idea. You want me to do it again real quick? I'll go grab it. I gotta put these back anyway, so let me go grab my Cutco shears and cut a penny. Hold on. This is what we're resorting to because y'all won't come up on stream? All right. Hey, how long ago did I disconnect? Did y'all see? Did I disconnect? What happened? I think something hit my keyboard. Did y'all hear me talking about this? They come apart. They're just kitchen shears. The first time I tried to cut it, it got stuck in between them like sideways, you know? So I had to move back, but let me see if I can get it to bite. Hold on. There you go. What happened? Where'd the other half went flying off somewhere, but it's pretty hot too. But yep. They will go right through it. And keep on cutting whatever you want to cut. Yeah, it happened when I went to walk in there. I must have knocked something off and hit the keyboard. There you go. Cutco commercial. That is that's one of their tests they do when they show you the scissors. I don't know where the other half went. I'll find it later. What oh yeah, I got oh yeah, so let me talk about this. Kind of interesting. So these screws are called Corby screws. They're basically the same thing as a knife pivot, where one side is attached to the barrel and the other side screws into the barrel. And these are 4 millimeters the hole you have to drill is a 4mm hole for the barrel to go through. And then the outside up here is 6mm. And when I bought them, they came a certain length. They were way too long. So what I found out is when you start grinding them down to shorten them, they only have threads on the inside for so far. And then they're like hollow. They don't have material. So they'll only tighten so much. So I have shortened these to the point to where the threads are not catching like I would like them to catch. And after having moved the scales and that hole that I had to redo and all that, that hasn't helped. So, and I also was going to put the brass lanyard hole in here, and I didn't like how these silver ones would match with the brass. So what I did buy a bag of the ones that are pivots. They're covered up with my fixed blades right now, but the ones that are 5mm that are basically just like pivots, they're shorter, but they're only short. They were only short enough to go just through the two parts of the. Was this them? No. They're over there somewhere. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm about to resize these and put 5mm barrels across. So the holes will be a little bigger, but they'll be brass colored to match the lanyard hole. And they're the right length to where they were tightened up. Super tight. At least I hope they're the right length. From outside to outside, when they're fully tight, they're 14mm. So let's see how wide this thing is. 17mm. All right, well. Oh, that's when they're fully tight. They go from, and they're going to sit flush. So I need 17.5, but that's outside to outside, and they can sit inside there. I want them to sit inside there, so I really want about a 17 or even a 16, because I want them to sit down in there. But anyway, these will work, the ones I'm getting. I'm pretty positive they will work, and if they don't, I'll find another one that does. But basically, I bought a pack of the ones that are basically knife pivots for folding knives. I put this big, I covered up stuff over here. I don't know where those, I've got stuff strode all over the place. I got to clean up the table. Every now and then I have to go through a cleaning phase because I just got so much stuff in here. I've got my old spoon that I used to use to anodize. Just stuff that I need to put up. My knucks, my titanium wire to anodize, my tap wrench, the little Gerber thing that shot that spring all over the place. I'll tell you what, man, these are cool knives. I think I want a real one. Aha, here they are. So yeah, I got a pack of these that are basically knife pivots. So I could make 10 folding knives out of these. But they're just 5mm pivots, basically. And you can sand them down to make them whatever length you need. But these are not quite long enough to go across here, is what I was getting at. So I bought some other ones, but they're also 5mm. But luckily I didn't return those 5mm cobalt bits that I bought. So I've got those. Oh, and I did get my pack of cobalt 10mm bits. So these are the high-speed steel 5-pack of nice 10mm bolts. I mean, drill bits. I don't know why I said bolts. But this is the one for the lanyard hole. So the lanyard will be this big. You talking about bowling alleys? Oh, well, what's that stuff called then on Ketuo Knives? Ed? This is how big the pivot will be. Let's see if we hold it up here and look straight down at the knife. Well, that's stupid. Can't even see because my fingers, even if I get it straight at the knife. That'll be a good size. It'll only have an 8mm hole, so I'll be able to polish it up. I used to have a couple of nice bowling balls too. I ought to know what they're made out of. All right, drill bits, pivot screws, other screws, Gerber, NC blade sticker, and half a penny. Oh, the materials ebonite also? Thank you, sir. If y'all don't mind smashing that like button, that'd be awesome. Let's see what else y'all want to look at today. And I meant knives, but at the same time, I'm going to be changing our background a little. We will hang out over here in the bottom of the falls. Wow, why is that one jerking around? Why is it doing the two-step? That's weird. Like it got stuck. Huh. Why did it get stuck? Oh, so that Ketuo stuff is not ebonite then, probably? Is that what you're telling me, Mr. Ed? It's probably something else by now. Pete, good morning, sir. No, but Zippo lighters might be dropping soon. We will see. And Pete, you talk about comfortable knives, buddy. Man, what a comfortable knife. I wish the Hanks were dropping soon. Let's go, since I don't know the correct answer to what I'm asking, let me go pop over here and let's go look at Ketuo Knives. Handle material. The thermo resin. How Ketuo knives are made. Highly engineered thermo resin is durable, can be polished, and won't crack, chip, or absorb moisture. Wow. That's the lady that sharpened my knife. She looks like a sweet lady. Oh no, we can't do that. Hey, there's my steak knife. It's called a trimmer. Yeah, it's called the trimmer. I like the red. Cutco trimmer. And then Odenwolf US. See if I can find my steak knife. Yes, it looks like. No. Hold on. It might be older than any of these. Kinda looks like that one, but I think it's an older one. I mean, that's not a bad knife to use. Cut your steak. Pete, I just showed that I do too. Mister asked me what my go-to steak knife was. And I said that one really wasn't. My Hinkle's normally is. But I couldn't find it when I went in there, so I grabbed the Cutco. Then I proceeded to cut another penny in half with the scissors. Half the penny's laying there. Morning, Michael. Are we getting bowling ball history this morning, Ed? The LT48, huh? Did you grow up around a bowling ball next to a knife shop? A bowling ball. A bowling alley next to a knife shop? I said, did you grow up next to a bowling ball? What the heck? Telling you. Black tie. Black tie ain't no joke this morning. Now I want to go look up the LT48. That's all you've mentioned in the chat so far. Y'all throw out another knife to look at. Aha, yep. Brunswick Bowling. Good old LT48. Retired. Oh. So are you paying homage to the bowling ball with your haircut? Just joking, Ed. You turned out to look like a bowling ball. Also, just joking, Ed. Growing up around a bowling alley would be awesome. Especially if your dad ran the place. I would be all up in places I wasn't supposed to be. I would be back in the... I'm sure you were back by the pin setters. climbing around, doing stuff you shouldn't. I need to now I need to make an AI picture of Ed Durbin dressed up like Kingpin. I mean, dressed up like Bill Murray. We'll try to do that. Kingpin, what a good movie. Good old Kingpin. Do a face swap. Put Ed in there. Let's see, Chat GPT won't do something like that, huh? Because of the copyright. It might. I could take the picture, split it out, put Ed on there. Alright. Back to knives. Let's go check out what's going on Reddit since it's Sunday afternoon. Uh-oh, Joe Holt, what's going on? Wow. That's pretty cool. Alright, so this week I've been machining outlaw liners. I wanted to share a few details for those interested. We originally switched to liner locks on the V4 Spectre. During that time, I did a bunch of testing to evaluate the longevity of a stainless liner versus standard frame lock. From my testing, the frame locks typically get very fatigued and even sometimes break around 100,000 cycles. I ran the same test on the stainless steel liner and saw no change over 1 million cycles. The other thing I noticed is the liner never relaxes. You'll wear out your flipper finger before you wear one of these out. Palette and picture holds 32 liners. Each liner has 5 fasteners that are needed for the 2 machining stages. The total runtime is 6 hours and 45 minutes. The tool changeover time is another 45 minutes. They take significantly more time and work than frame locks, but my opinion is the best way to have a consistent feel for a decade or more. Thanks for reading. So these are those pallets that we looked at last week where he used that pallet rig to vacuum it down to his CNC. That's pretty cool. We got the bowling ball pictures popping in. $100,000 to 1 million is 10 times better. Pair of 3 Salt G10 165 shipped from Kittery Trading Post. The James brand Klein. Which one is the Klein? There's a wee Guthrie. Uh-oh. That's no good. Overcapacity. That's pretty wild. See if I open it over here. Copy link. Open it over here in Chrome if it does the same thing. Yep. sometimes imgur, imageur.com. Well, that sucks. I wanted to see that wee Guthrie. Purchased about a month ago, disassembled to install skips. Alright, so he bought it a month ago. So let's see his comments. See if he YOLO'd a Guthrie. No, but he bought that Persian. Is that one of our peoples? YOLO Guthrie. We can go back to this post and check out the picture of the Guthrie. Or the video of the Guthrie, actually. That is not... That is not... What we got here? There we go. Way too many holes. I like it though. That's the one he bought. Can't stop me from finding it. When Imgur... Alright. 225 now 175. So he paid 175 and he's selling it for 175. So now that I know what he paid... Oh, he says he purchased it at this price. I want to see that Riot Crossroads and Mini Crossroads too. What are those? What is the Riot Crossroads? Ah, it's that weird looking one. Looks like it'd probably be pretty comfortable. 300 for both. Which brand, which version is it? The Mini has a reamed out pivot screw. That's no good. Oh, there's a bleeding heart tomahawk. Wow, Imgur sucks. We're not gonna be able to see any pictures unless they posted them elsewhere. How do you run a place like that and run out of bandwidth? We got Tribute Gamma Steel. What are we looking at? Nothing, because Imgur is down. I do believe I did know that. Maybe I didn't. Why did they make it so heavy? No, I'm just joking. Something else I realized. So I went to the Blade Runner Systems to look up. I didn't want to grab my knife, so I wanted to know what blade steel it was. So the Blade Runner Systems Eon that I've got, when you go to it, it doesn't say on their page. So I was doing my integral post last night, and it doesn't say down here who OEM'd it. And I was kind of mad about that. So I started thinking, well, maybe it's somewhere else. So I went to the next link at Blade HQ, and they didn't have it listed who OEM'd it. It just says China, but it says Elijah Isham. And so I found on his website, he tells who OEM'd it. So down here, manufactured by Riot Knives. So this is another one that I had no idea was OEM'd by Riot. But I think I did know. I usually go out of my way to try to find out who OEMs certain knives. But I didn't know that one was, because for the price, I mean, you can't beat it. For I think they sold for under $300. I don't remember. It's hard to find the price nowadays because they're discontinued. Yeah, Arizona Custom Knives will be a only place that'll have one. It'll be a inflated price, probably be like, yeah, $325, but I think I got mine for like $140 or something. Pretty wild. You get a Riot knife for $140. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, an Evil Eyes Sabenza. No, yeah, that's what it was. An Evil Eyes Sabenza. Oh, y'all want to see a crazy sale? Remember that guy I talked about having all the knives last week? I showed y'all on Reddit that he's got all the old good clones, and I said he started at the exact right time. Well, he ended up selling some to another guy. Here's a new Wii that's unreleased that's coming out by Jason Knight, and it's a big boy too. It looks pretty nice. We'll come back to that in a second. But the guy I was talking about sold all three of these to a guy out of his collection. And I was like, dang, how many knives do you have to be able to sell those three? Just like it's nothing. So that guy has got the collection of old clones. He just sold all three of those. And that guy is Raptor SVT 65. He sold that guy those three. And back to this Wii. So it is called the Essential Knight, but 3.6-inch blade, total length of 8.54. So it's a big boy. M390 blade steel. It's got like that stucco finish to it. I love the finish. I love the whole knife. I might have to try to pick one of those up. It looks like it might be thin though. That's the only thing I'd like to see is how thick it is. But all kind of people that make expensive knives are coming out with production versions of stuff. But I was saying about on here an Evil Eyes Damasteel in Cozy sold for $60. And I don't know why Image UR isn't working, but that sucks. We can't look at anything. We might as well just quit. All right, guys. Let's start winding this one down. Say our goodbyes. This knife is so comfortable and has the perfect action. And I wish my jimping, maybe I could dig my thumbnail in. Nope. Cannot front flip this one. Oh wait, I just did it. What the heck? Oh, you can front flip it. You just have to get it on the wide part more. Yeah, like that. Okay. I'm okay with that. Just have to come up here more. So instead of most knives where you kind of let it, where you come over to the other side, you got to stay on this side of it. Yeah, Tommy, these I was one of the first people to get it delivered. So they were pre-order a year ago, and they just came out like 3 days ago. I got mine 2 days ago, but they were just finally fulfilled. The order was just fulfilled. Yeah, this is the Evo 1.1 that just came out. I got 2 of them left. I sold one of these. It was pretty much gone as soon as I got it. It was already spoken for. But I got these 2. The black wash one. This one's for sale. I already sold one of these, and I'm keeping this one. I liked the number 107. Yeah, Tommy, I kind of agree, except that when you signed up for it, you kind of knew what you were signing up for, so they didn't, they didn't act like it wasn't going to take that long. They said it would be a year. You ought to buy this one, Tommy. I just pretty sure that was the wrong one. Nope. That's right. All right, guys. Hope y'all have a great Sunday. Now I'm wondering where my other little rag went. Towel, moist towelette. Gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. All right, guys. If y'all want to hop over, I'm about to premiere the unboxing video of this here in about 3 or 4 minutes. If y'all want to hop over there, I'm going to join in and see if anybody hops in there to see it as it premieres. Y'all can hop over there if you want to. Should be premiering in like 3 minutes. But I hope y'all have a great Sunday. We will start off Monday with another one tomorrow. I'm hungry. I'm about to go get something to eat and go look at bowling ball pictures in the Discord. If y'all haven't joined the Discord, go join it. If you need me, just holler. Let's see, what else? Guess that's about it. Appreciate y'all. See y'all tomorrow.